and as she's building, there's that critical headshot that drops to the ground, and this is where the chase begins, and I do get some shots off on him with that silenced SMG to finish him off. He does try and get the height advantage over me, and he even drops down and gets it, and then boom, I get a jump headshot on him. What's up guys, welcome back to this channel. I'm Dean, aka the Blue Crusader, and today we're going to be jumping into another Fortnite video, and we're going to be showing you a 5-kill first place win. So as you can see, I am actually in the replay mode just like a few days ago, which I used for some other wins, and the replay mode is actually super awesome. I've been using this a little bit to kind of go back on some of my old gameplays in the past few matches, just to kind of show myself where I went wrong, where I can improve, and what strategies I kind of need to implement in the next couple of games. So obviously there's a reason why you won. It's always good to kind of look at the demos, look at the replays, and kind of get a reason why you actually won. What did you do well that game, and kind of try and replicate it in the other games. So in this game I'm going to be doing a demo breakdown of one of my wins when I was playing a few days ago. So as you can see, we have all of the players here. We're currently in the spawn, and we're just going to try and scroll around and actually try and find my player. And this win was actually super awesome. There's actually some really good clips and some really good shots in this demo for me to show you. So I'm just going to quickly try and find my character. Here you go. As you can see, just messing about in the spawn as usual, always trying to get the weapons and practice the aim. So we're going to jump in the game. So as you can see, it is the start of the game currently, and we are dropping. I am trying to actually drop right now and kind of speed up the gameplay a little bit, just to make it a little bit more fast paced. But as you can see, I'm going to go back on the demo feature, and we're just going to slow it down again because everything's just too quick. We can't really see what we're doing, but we are dropping on Anarchy Acres here, so it's not Fatal Fields. As you can see, I'm just going to loot as usual. I think this game, what I was trying to do is I was trying to collect chests, because there is actually a chest challenge recently where you have to collect like 7 in one match, and I did manage to do it. I think mainly from going to Fatal Fields and Anarchy Acres, just seeing as though the loot is just pretty crazy there. But basically you have to gather 7 chests in a single game, which is actually pretty hard, seeing as golden chests are kind of regarded as good loot, and they're actually quite rare in comparison to other stuff. Obviously there's more rare stuff in the game like airdrops and llamas, but getting 7 gold chests in one single game is actually a big effort. As you can see, there's one chest in here. If we just go through here, you can see I do loot this, and we get an armor, and I believe to be a green MP5 silenced SMG. I think earlier on when I was checking the end of the game, I think most of the kills in this game do come later. As you can see, someone is firing at me. I'm not sure if we did actually find this guy. Usually if someone shoots me from the other side, if I can't see them, I will try and push or go around the outskirts just to gather some materials. As you can see, at this point I'm just gathering wood to try and build a base, because I know someone's out there somewhere, but I haven't actually specifically spotted them yet. And it's a really bad idea to actually go straight in or run towards the bullets if you haven't actually seen the player. So we're jumping in the attic right now. I seem to remember that there was some decent loot in here, but apparently somebody's already looted it. So obviously just keeping the guard up. And a good thing to do is, if you don't know if someone's in a house, especially if the roof's open, definitely block it off with some stairs or a wall or something, just to make sure no one comes in. And as you can see, someone does jump up and shoot me there with a pump. And luckily I did have that 50 armor, because if I didn't have that 50 armor, it would have made it pretty terrifying to actually fight in a pump shotgun fight. So we're going to go into the bird's eye view, and as you can see, I do start running away here. I don't know where the guy's gone, and I think what I do is I actually camp under this ridge, and then I think I take him by surprise when he runs off later, because this spot's pretty good. Nobody can see you from here. Literally just hiding behind the ridge, reloading, and he goes back on the roof because he's not sure where I've gone. And he jumps, and boom, I get a few shots off him. So at this point, obviously I can start pushing because I've already got some shots off this guy. So we're just going to push back up this ramp that we created, and there's some more shooting as well, and it does turn out that somebody else is actually pushing up along with him. So I think at this point I do bag 2 kills because 2 people are shooting me, and this guy's gone back in the house somewhere, so I'm still looking for him. I'm not sure if he's still camping or something, but I did get some shots off on him. And then here's the second guy who does actually try and rush me, but he does fall on the ground. And then I drop down behind him, and this is where the chase begins, and I do get some shots off on him with that silenced SMG to finish him off. I'm not sure if it was until a few moments later that I realised that that's actually a different person, but I did hear footsteps behind me, so I'm not sure if at this point I do chase, maybe check the house, because the other person is most likely camping in there. But obviously I do check the roof again. It's always best to check the roof, especially seeing as that's where like all the action was going down all game. A lot of the time when there's like a really close fight like this, the person will run off in the middle of the fight. For an example, that was basically a 1v3. It was kind of like a 1v1v1 situation, so no doubt that person would have ran off if they were scared. Obviously here I'm just getting armor and checking for chests as usual for the challenge, but I'm still keeping a lookout just to try and find this person, just because of the fact that they've basically been running off for so long and I don't know the location. And I think at this point they probably got out of Anarchy Acres because there doesn't seem to be any sign of them. And a good idea obviously is I always do break these towers, because inside there is sometimes golden chests. Obviously there is quite a lot of loot inside those sometimes. And then I do actually get shot from behind, so I'm going to pause it at this point. I think maybe in this game, I'm not sure if I actually went back to shoot them, but as you can see up here, they are actually back on the roof, so I'm not sure where they were hiding. They might have been taking a similar position to where I was before, when I was hiding back underneath that little cliff part. I'm not sure where they were hiding. At this point in the game, I do actually go look for more loot and chests. I have been shot at this point, but I'm not sure specifically where the guy is. So I was just trying to find the player position though, because when you do go into the free cam section, it is quite hard to keep track of things. And like I said, the zone was actually closing in really close at this point in the game. I wasn't sure entirely about the location. You can see they were at the edge of Anarchy Acres on the camera view when I showed you, but when I was actually in game, I didn't really know the location. So I'm just running off here just to try and minimize the risks of me dying. And as you can see, I do a few 180-degree turns just to look behind me and then keep running, because the zone is more of a concern than actually dropping kills. Mainly gathering wood at this point, because materials is literally everything. The whole game's based on building, and I think the reason why I've actually been winning a lot more games recently is mainly just because I've been farming more wood. Whilst I've been playing the 50v50 game mode where you gather wood a lot quicker, I was definitely farming in those games and I was dropping so many kills that I thought I'd translate those kind of things into my solo experience and actually play like that in solo. So I'm just going to slow it down here. I seem to remember there actually being someone who was actually quite close to me here, but mostly this place was actually unlooted, so it was actually really good loot in this place. There was still a lot of ammo. I believe there might have even been a golden chest in here. Obviously closing all the doors behind me just to make sure nobody comes to kill me. And these factories are the most hated places of mine, because when I go through here they have these big windows, as you can see at the sides here, these big windows, and most of the time when I drop here and get a few kills, I'll be healing up and then someone will literally just peek on these windows and kill me. So it's a really risky place. There's not really much cover apart from boxes like this, and it's not a very good experience. But as you can see, just kind of camping here because this place is actually in the zone at this point, and I'm blocking up the steps because that's kind of the only way to get up apart from here on the roof, and obviously they'd have to make some sort of ramp from outside to get up from the roof. So I'm just hiding in the corner. I'm not really in plain sight. If someone looks from this angle or even from the side angle to a certain degree, nobody would actually see me. And you'll see that someone does actually run up this way. As you can see, that Dark Voyager here, I think I do actually kill this guy in a second, or at least I do at least kill someone in a few moments. But someone does rush from around the area towards me, and I do actually pop the kill. Okay, so the zone's coming in, and I do actually destroy the roof because I've actually got to start moving. So here you'll see that I do actually start to spot someone. I'm just looking out, just trying to see if anyone's there, and someone does start to run over, and I do pick up the kill. I'm not sure if that's me hitting the headshot or if that's her hitting the headshot. As you could hear then, there was actually quite a nice kill being picked up. So I turn around, and as you can see, this person runs from this wall here, and I'm up there, and I start to peek. And obviously they haven't seen me, so I do take the first shot, do hit a second shot on the shoulder and miss a few shots. Obviously she does jump, and as you can see, I do actually hit the headshot and another headshot. So that's literally 2 headshots in a row, 2 critical hits, and there's not really much of a chance. She does try to build here, as you can see, and a lot of my shots are missing, and then that critical shot hits her in the head as she falls. So I'm just going to replay that in the cinematic mode, so you can see that headshot, all the impacts, and she goes to build obviously, and as she's building, there's that critical headshot that drops us to the ground. Well, obviously the zone is going to move at this point, so I am actually going to try and get into the zone, and I make a ramp over here because I do actually see 2 bases here, and there is a Dark Voyager running, and I do actually spot this guy, and we're currently looking from my position or my perspective. So you'll actually see me turning the camera where I'm actually looking from my vision and everything from my perspective of the game. So this isn't in a cinematic camera mode. Obviously you're not seeing any of the HUD elements, but this is exactly what I see. So I do see a guy on the left there building a base, and it's a pretty big base. I don't really want to push the dude, and he is actually shooting someone else, and he's peeking quite a lot here because he's got the height advantage. So as you can see, I do make a crouch shot and hit him straight in the head, and he's not sure where the bullet's coming from at this point because he did have an RPG, which was lucky for me. So he kind of peeks away. I'm not sure what happened to the guy he was shooting, but he builds a higher base, and you'll see at this point just then he blocked off the vision from the person he was shooting, which is a good gameplay from him, and he is basically focusing on me because he wants to kill me. He shifts his focus to me. At this point, I'm not sure if I should fight him head on or if I should just run. I don't really know what choice to make. As you can see here, when I was actually debating about fighting him, although he had the high advantage, I was debating about taking a fight, but he does have a sniper. So I cross over the tree, and you can see he does actually jump out of his tower, so he's vulnerable. This is his mistake. If he stayed in the tower, he probably would have won the fight, but as he jumps out, you can see he does actually try and rush me with some stairs, and I try and take advantage of him building. And you'll see I did get a critical hit on him with a shotgun, and I am trying to destroy his walls that he keeps trying to build. He's boxed in at this point. I hit him again with a shotgun, and there's no real way out. He does try and get the height advantage over me, and he even drops down and gets it, and then boom, I get a jump headshot on him. This guy had some really good loot as well. He had a purple scar, he had a grenade launcher, but his downside about this play is the fact that he actually jumped out of his tower. He had the height advantage over literally everybody in the game. He could have probably won the game just from that fact, because there was already two of us at different positions near him that he probably could have both taken out, and this guy pushing there is actually the guy he was shooting originally. He had the height advantage, he had the zone advantage, obviously, until it started moving. Here, I am actually building a very temporary base. I think the guy opposite me on the left, who that guy was shooting, does possibly turn out to have a sniper, but I don't think he actually decides to take any hits on me. So I'm just camping at this point on the fringe of the safe zone, because I know if I go to the center it's going to be super dangerous. So I am hugging the walls, and this is a little bit risky here because I am crossing the bridge area, which isn't such a great idea. Although it's a big risk, it turns out that there isn't actually anybody there. And then I kind of debate to myself, to get further in the zone I could drop down underneath the bridge or make a path across. So as you can see, I am using the cover to my advantage. I'm hiding behind a lot of different rocks, because using rocks for cover is a great idea, and the fact that I only know the position of possibly one person at this point means that I kind of have to be super careful. There's only 3 people alive, including me, so we're currently on around 3 kills, and there's only 3 people left. So I am trying to take advantage of the fact that there is a guy over there, but you'll see that a guy literally just ran behind that abandoned house on the right. There's actually a guy around here in this building, which is this abandoned building. He goes around the back, and I'm not sure if I just spotted him then or if I spot him in a few moments. Basically, that guy runs around the back. The thing is though, I can actually stay here because the other guy is actually round here in the distance in that little base there, and he's gonna have to push because the zone's obviously coming. But you'll see that I'm trying to peek and actually get a spot on him, so I'm actually gonna pause the game here and actually have a look where he went. And it turns out at this point I thought he was actually in this base. I've literally been eyeing up this base for like 2 minutes, and I thought he was behind it. But at this point, it does actually seem like he went round the left, and him going around the left is actually a really dangerous thing for me. He could have definitely got the drop on me. I'm going to watch from his perspective because I'm not sure what he does. So he builds a staircase, and this guy drops down. I guess he's looking for loot, or maybe looking to see if anyone's still in this base. He probably should have known that there was a fight here that I won, and he's probably still looking to see if I'm around here. As you can see, he doesn't have a skin, but he did turn out to be quite a good player, so he wasn't exactly a noob. And he does go around the left side, and I'm currently on the ramp. He's just pushing around the edge, basically where I went the first time when I came from that direction, and I am around here near the ramp, and I'm still on this side, but I am actually checking the other side. The reason I actually built a little base here with a ramp is I actually saw the guy go into this abandoned house, so I want to block the area around me, but I also wanted vision on the guy over here. And as you can see, he is building a little ladder up with stairs. This was quite, I wouldn't say a lucky win because there was a lot of skill factors in it. I did build a lot, and my shooting was definitely on point in this game, but there was a few lucky situations, like timing wise, where people pushed at the best times possible. So after I killed someone pushed, so it wasn't a 2v1, and I did actually get some lucky kills. And as you can see here, I do see this guy, so I do try and make a little gap to actually peek him, but he's already up the mountain at this point, and it's kind of too late for me to hit the shots on him. I do actually try and hit him, and I think I might even peek and hit him, but I don't know he's got a sniper. I think he's just camping. You'll see I hit a shot on him and he does actually hit me. So it doesn't show the damage, but he did actually hit me at this point. He knocked me down to like half HP. Luckily I had armor on, so it wasn't a one-shot kill, but he knocked me down super low. So what I did in this situation is I started healing. Obviously with heals it's very risky, but luckily I knew that he was quite a distance away, so he probably wouldn't push me. And then as I'm finishing off to heal and cover myself, I do actually block this area off and make some stairs, mainly because I don't know where the second guy is, and I'm not sure if he's going to push me, because where he was before is out of the safe zone, but he has actually erected a big base on the left. So this other guy I was shooting on the mountain who sniped me is pushing around this right flank of the map to try and get to the safe zone. He is definitely in jeopardy right now, and he is also getting sniped by someone, because I haven't peeked, so I knew that guy was sniping him. And he hasn't really got much for cover. I mean, if we literally just look at the base, the guy in that base is also not going to be in the safe zone. He's in big trouble as well. He runs super early because he's actually camping in this base, but this other guy is still pushing as well. As you can see, this guy's in that base down there. I am still very much so in there, and I'm trying to hit some shots on him with the Scar, just basically to break his base, because at this point he's outside the safe zone. He's already in super big trouble, and I know that I can just prey on him with barely any repercussions, because he's trying to escape the zone, and he's also trying to build his base and worry about the second guy. So me taking shots on him isn't really risky. He's not going to peek me with a sniper because he's worried about the other guy, and also he's worried about the zone cutting him off and damaging him. This other guy is playing super aggressive. He's literally trying to camp me, and I can hear something being built behind me, so I do actually build a second story to my base, because I'm kind of getting a little bit paranoid in these situations where there's only 2 or 3 people left. You know that anyone can be behind you and get the drop off you. And as I see he's building already, I do actually see his head, and I think I do actually hit his head with a headshot. I tried to hit him with a sniper, but I can't, but I think I do get an AR headshot. This guy's also behind me, which I don't know about. Luckily he doesn't shoot me. As you can see, this guy's peeked. His head is visible, although it's small, and I do see his head, but he doesn't think he's visible, and I actually shoot him in the head at that point. So I get quite a lot of shots on him, so he's already low from my Scar, and I decide it's best if I make some ladders above him and try and get a drop shot and actually push him. You'll hear as well that I am actually getting shot from behind, which I actually had no clue about, and this is from the guy who was originally in this tower. He's actually jumped down at this point to try and push me, and like I said, I had no clue he was pushing me, but he is building ladders to try and finish me off because he thinks I'm going to be low in this fight. As you can see, he jumps up, he hits me, and then misses the rest of his shots. Bear in mind he's actually got a pump shotgun, so this dude is actually pushing here. As you can see, he has the pump shotgun, and he jumps on the other stairs, and he actually misses the first shot as I have my Scar out. So I switch to my tactical, hit the first shot, and he keeps missing, and then I start hitting some more accurate shots. And as you can see, he's just trying to build frantically to get himself out of the bad situation. He even has the higher ground again, but I'm trying to hug the wall so he can't see me, and he shoots the barricade rather than me, and I hit him at the end and get the victory royale. So as you can see, in my times of peril I didn't actually build, which was definitely a downside and an improvement I could have made, because it was a very lucky situation that he didn't really tend to be too accurate with the pump. I guess the guy was panicking or something, but luckily that worked out in my favour. So as you can see, we did get the victory royale on that game, and we managed to finish the guy off with a tactical shotgun. So let me know if you guys enjoyed this win. I thought this victory royale was absolutely awesome, and there's some really cool kills and clips in here, and maybe some tips and tricks that you guys can watch and learn from to improve your game in Fortnite. So thanks for watching. Like the video if you enjoyed it and the video helped you, and I'm thinking about doing some more replays of these wins, so definitely drop a comment below if you think I should. And thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.